Welcome back to Becky Little Yoga. Where I am, it is raining, it is chilly, and I have injured or strained my right shoulder. So today will be purely gentle and restorative as we move through very modified sun salutations, lots of child's pose, a little down dog. We'll see how it feels for me, but follow along. If you don't need to modify, don't. So let's get right to it by doing what we always do and first getting centered. Okay, so finding a comfortable place to sit or lay down, any way that you like, any way that does not cause you any discomfort or pain. And we're going to just start by closing our eyes. Once you find that comfortable position, let's just ask ourselves a few questions, taking inventory of how are you feeling today physically. Noticing if you have any pain, making sure not to push through that, modifying or altering the movements to honor that. Feeling sore or tired anywhere. Letting this practice just be all about taking care of your body. How are you feeling mentally today, intellectually? Notice your thoughts. What's going on inside of your head? Feeling a little rushed, a little stressed, a little mad. It's more of an emotion. Noticing your thoughts. What are you thinking about? Are you thinking about something you have to do later or what happened yesterday? Let it all fizzle into the background, clearing your mind and allowing the next 20 or 30 minutes or so to just be about your body, paying attention to being in your body, how your body feels, and your breath. That's it, body breath. How are you feeling emotionally today? Happy, sad, mad, nervous, whatever's going on, just noticing that. And that's what being a human is all about. It's normal for your emotions to change day to day. Understanding that and allowing yourself to feel those emotions. Understanding you can get to the why of it, maybe, if you allow yourself to notice, yeah, I'm feeling mad today. That's okay. It's important to feel your emotions. You need to feel it, not numb it. That's how we know how to change things. How are we feeling maybe spiritually? And maybe taking this time to get connected to something deeper within, that place deep inside of you where the real you lies. Now, putting one hand on our belly and one hand on our chest, let's connect to our breath, keeping the eyes closed. Breathe in through the nose as we find that Ujjayi breath. Feeling the belly, then the ribs expand, then the chest as our head reaches towards the ceiling. And as we exhale through the nose, constricting the back of the throat, making that ocean sound. As you exhale, the chest collapses with the shoulders, the ribs pull in, and then the belly and the pelvic floor tighten. Good, a couple more times. Press your hand into your belly, really fill up the ribs, expand them, then finally the chest. Hear the sound of your breath, make that hissing sound. And listen to the sound of that breath as it will help keep your mind from wandering. Good, gazing that area right in between your eyes, behind your forehead, your third eye, and your mind will wander. So noticing where your mind goes to, and then just refocusing on your breath. Beautiful, fluttering those eyes open. Let's just do a nice gentle warm up. Yes, like I said, I've strained the shoulder. Always something, I'm always overdoing something. I love to swim, I love to work out hard. So for me, it's going to be a purely get into my body, heal, rest kind of movement day. Good. I'm going to bring my hands to my shoulders and see, nope, that hurts on the right one. So just do the left one. I am going to just do a little neck stretch because I think my neck is pretty tight. I tend to get really tight in my traps, which need some attention, or a muscle can get pulled. We've got the Great Dane puppy we've been walking, and all together somehow I've done something. I can't trace the moment it happened. I just know I went to bed with a sore shoulder and woke up with a pretty much more sore shoulder. So that's okay. It's your body's little signal of, hey, give me some attention, give me some rest. Good, so I'm just dropping my left ear to my left shoulder and giving my right wrist a little tug right at the top of my hand, the base of my wrist, a little tug, stretch out those traps. I did go to the gym today for a little, I wanted to get sweaty, because even when we have injury, our body still needs movement. Your heart still needs exercise. You need to get that heart rate up most days of the week, sweat a little bit, and your mind still needs a break. So hopefully you'll get that here with me. Good. But at the gym today, I rolled, where if you set up a barbell as if you're gonna back squat and then just roll your traps underneath it. Buster's playing with my lacrosse ball. That can help massage any tight traps. So you just get underneath that bar. As if this is the bar, you just roll, let your trap kind of get massaged. And that way you can control the pressure. Okay, so let's move on to all fours. Going through our cat-cows, again, finding our breath, gripping the mat with our fingertips and our knuckles. So I don't like to let injury be an excuse I like to just work around my injuries as best I can, because I love movement. Good, inhale and arch, exhale and round. Good. And then bring my right shoulder to my right hip, a little wiggle, pull the left shoulder forward. Inhale, center. Exhale, crunch left shoulder to left hip. Right shoulder pulls forward. Inhale, center. 2 more times on each side. Good. Beautiful. Moving with your breath. Just getting a little movement going. Good. And we're just going to rock forward and back just to warm up the wrists a little bit to prevent any wrist or elbow injuries. We're going to keep our forearms stretched out. My fingers are going to move out to the side, facing side to side, rocking side to side. There we go. And then fingers point towards your body. See if I feel a little tightness there. Go very gentle. Beautiful. Stretching out the biceps as well. Good. And then fingers point forward again, and then flipping one, gently controlling the pressure here. Should be no pain, just a little slight discomfort as you feel a stretch in the front of the forearm. Lovely. Okay, so let's curl our toes underneath us and then just sit back for a moment so we can get a stretch at the bottom of the feet. Good. Breathe into that one. Ooh, give the feet some love. And let's move into down dog. So grip that mat again with the fingertips and the knuckles, and then sending those hips towards the sky. Gently pedaling those heels up and down. First down dog of the day. So with my shoulder hurting a little bit, you'll see my sun salutations are going to be modified. And I may drop down quite often rather than down dog, just into child's pose, as the fronts of my shoulders, I have noticed, are feeling super fatigued, which is why I've injured it, overuse, I'm sure. So I love down dog. It doesn't hurt, but it is still like really requiring a lot of work for my shoulders. So I'm going to drop into child's pose, and feel free to join me there today in this restorative short session. So again, I'm going to come up onto my toes, drop my heels, inhale, find that breath, exhale down. One more time. Breathe into the belly and exhale down. Slowly walk the feet and the hands to meet each other. If you can walk your feet all the way to your hands, wonderful. If you can't, that's okay. Bring your hands back to meet your feet. Halfway lift, nice and slow. Back is flat in our halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold, chest rests on the thighs. Arms are very relaxed and loose. We're going to slowly roll it up. Arms can extend over the head. I'm going to honor my right shoulder today by not lifting overhead. Bring my hands to heart and prayer. Good, and let's get into alignment. So our feet are right underneath our hips. Our tailbone is not sticking out or hyperextended. We just have our hips right underneath our ribs. So just a little tuck of the tailbone so your spine is right in alignment. Roll your shoulders back. Good, and feel the crown of your head reach toward the ceiling. Good. And inhale, both arms overhead. Exhale, swan dive it down, forward fold, chest rests on the thighs, knees are bent. Inhale, halfway lift, looking forward. Exhale, plant those hands, gripping your mat, high plank, or come onto your knees. And I'm going to, normally I would say, keep your elbows close to your body and lower yourself, but I really want to rest the shoulders, so I'm just gonna let my belly come all the way to the floor and not make my arms work today as I modify my sun salutations. You can always modify everything. Inhale. We're going to just press gently our hips back towards our toes and move into down dog. I'm going to stay in child's pose for these 3 breaths, letting my elbows and my arms just relax on my mat, finding your breath. Breathe into the belly, rest your forehead if you're in child's pose, and if you're in down dog, reach those hips towards the ceiling, finding your breath. Three breaths here, right? Always have our 3 breath rule. Good. I'm going to come into down dog for 1 moment. And then walk my feet toward my hands. Coming into a flat back, looking forward. Exhale, forward fold. Arms are like noodles. Slowly roll it up. And that was 1. Good. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, swan dive it down. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands down, high plank or on the knees, slowly lower, or like me, I'm just kind of worming my way down to take any pressure off my shoulder. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, gently moving into down dog or child's pose. I'm spreading my knees to create room for my belly so I can really breathe into my belly. Finding my breath through the nose, belly relaxes, chest, ribs expand, then the chest. On the exhale, melt into it, letting your armpits press back towards your feet or into the floor, just resting, melting, not forcing. Beautiful, relax that neck, good. And then on the next inhale, looking forward, and exhale, slowly walk your feet towards your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, slowly roll it up. Good, beautiful. And 1 more sun salutation. Good. Exhale, swan dive it down. Inhale, halfway lift, looking forward. Exhale, planting those hands down, gripping the mat, high plank, or on your knees. Slowly lower chaturanga, or warm it down like me. It's okay, we're just taking care of our bodies. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, send it back, down dog or child's pose. Spreading my knees wide to really let myself melt into my mat. Bony knees here today, so I'm just repositioning so I can get comfortable in child's pose and really let myself relax here, breathing into my belly for 3 breaths. With every exhale, listen to the sound of your breath, gazing at your 3rd eye. Great job. On the next inhale, looking forward, slowly walk your feet towards your hands, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, slowly rolling up. Great, so you can see if you have an injury, you just work around it and honor that injury. This is to restore ourselves, find our breath, relax our mind, pay attention to what's going on in our body. So 1 more vinyasa, little sun salutation. We're going to move into some pigeon. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, swan dive it down, nice and slow and gentle. Inhale, halfway lift, back is flat. These have a micro bend, just don't want to hyperextend them. Exhale, plant those hands down, high plank or on your knees, gripping your mat, slowly lowering, however you need to, but making sure elbows stay close. You can worm yourself down, and if it feels better, exhale. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, moving into down dog for a moment. Inhale, right heel high, grip that mat. Exhale, pull that right knee in between your hands, moving into pigeon. Because pigeon is always good for a restorative day. So inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, send it down to wherever feels good to you. If this is enough of a stretch on your hands, that's fine. Breathe into it here. If you can come onto your elbows or fully melt down onto your mat to rest your hands onto rest your head onto your stacked hands, even better. Wherever you are is perfect. And then find that breath, breathing into the belly, expanding the ribs, then the chest, holding it for a second, and then exhaling through the nose, chest, pull in the ribs, belly, and pelvic floor. Get rid of all that air. Feel your shoulders relax. 3 to 5 breaths here. Imagining that breath traveling to every area that's tight. Now, I sometimes like to do half of pigeon like this, and then half of pigeon, the time in pigeon spent with my shin vertical to the top of my mat, and my back leg is just splayed out. However, my left hip is high, that's totally okay. Squaring my shoulders over my knee, lengthening, and this just hits me a little bit deeper in the back of my hamstring and glute. So finding that breath again, breathing into the belly, making sure to expand the belly. This is not a workout. This is our time to allow the breath to be restorative, heal, create space for healing. Because when we expand our belly and our rib cage, it's telling your brain through the diaphragm is underneath our ribs. It's connected to our vagus nerve, which is connected to the brain, signaling you can let your body relax. So many muscles are connected to that diaphragm. And allowing the breath to work its magic. Allow everything relax, including all of your fight or flight impulses. The central nervous system is feeling like, oh, we're safe here. We don't have to stay so tight. A lot of us just hold a lot of tension in our bodies. So paying attention to where you're tight and imagining your breath traveling there and relaxing those areas really does work. Good. We're coming back into down dog. Pull those calves up and down one more time. Inhale the left heel high. Exhale that left knee in between your hands, coming into pigeon. If this does not feel good to you in any way, you can do pigeon on your back. Same thing, but your lower back is supported. You're just pulling this knee into your chest. So it's a little bit, might feel more comfortable to you. For me, I like to go a little deeper, so you just choose the version that works for you. Good. All right, so inhale, lengthen. Exhale, deepen. And 3 to 5 breaths here. Good. Remembering belly. In through the nose, out through the nose. Belly, ribs, chest. Exhale, let everything melt and relax. Notice where you're tight, noticing it starting to really relax. My right shoulder hurts a little, I'm going to alter my position. You just change whatever you need to so you can feel more comfortable. I feel pretty good that way, so I'm going to try the other version of pigeon. It's a little deeper for me. My shin is vertical at the top of my mat, squaring my shoulders. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, deepen. Deep enough. Noticing where you're really tight. Breathing into it. Relax your face and smile. Really let your belly relax on the inhale. Good. One more breath here. Beautiful. and gently unraveling ourselves from here, coming back into down dog. Good, pedal those calves up and down one more time. Let's move through another vinyasa. Inhale, looking forward, slowly walk your feet to meet your hands. Halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold, rest your chest on your thighs. Slowly roll it up. You have to do a little bit of a side bend. So if your arms are feeling good, go straight overhead and then come into a side bend. I'm not sure my right shoulder wants to do that, so I'm gonna just go a little bit forward so I get a nice stretch down my oblique, above my hip. That's where I definitely hold a lot of tension in this area. It's a problem for me, so I have to spend a lot of time keeping it loose. Good, and then moving to the other side. Side's feeling better today, so I'm gonna roll that shoulder away from my ear. So hopefully I'm gonna be icing that later. Good, and then moving forward, getting a stretch on this side. That feels good. Beautiful. Okay, inhale, both arms up. Exhale, swan dive it down, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, plant your hands, fingers are spread wide, knuckles are gripping the mat. Come onto your knees if you need to. Slowly lower in a nice flat back or worm your way down if that's more comfortable today. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, coming back into child's pose. If you haven't done this already, let's take 3 breaths here. You can stay here and just rest, or you can walk your hands side to side, get a little more of a deeper side bend. Gazing at that third eye. Bring your attention back to your breath. Imagine that breath like a wave as it comes forward, filling up your whole entire body. And then as it exhales, the ocean pulls the wave back, tightening your belly and pelvic floor. Get all that air out as the wave pulls back. Slowly moving back into down dog, bringing your feet to the center of your mat, slowly lowering your seat bones to the mat. And we're just gonna windshield wiper our knees a little bit, side to side. Moving through some nice other gentle restorative postures in a seated and supine position. I'm gonna roll the muscles around my shoulder. They obviously are needing a little attention. And then we're gonna finish with a little short guided meditation. Okay, so I'm going to just move into butterfly, noticing where I'm tight here. You can always do this with your back against the wall. As best you can, inhale, lengthening, feeling the crown of your head reach high. And then exhale, bending just at keeping your back flat and straight, bending at the waist a little, maybe a very slight movement, if anything at all. If you're able to, you can use your elbows to press your knees down, or try to open up your feet like a book. That also helps. Hi, Buster. He loves yoga time. The dogs are now not allowed upstairs, so he gets all the attention. The little prince. Good. And find that breath. Breathe into your belly. And exhale, relax your neck and shoulders, smile. Beautiful. And now move those feet a little further away from you. And then around your back into it. Nice and gentle. Don't force it. Let gravity pull you down easily and gently. Safety first, never force anything. I firmly believe that. Unless you have a professional stretching you out, don't force it. Okay, and I want to do a little dragonfly. So start with both legs spread wide. And you can use your hands behind you to help you lengthen your spine. Inhale, lengthen, and then exhale, bending at the waist. Back is nice and flat, spine is long, toes are pulled towards you. Keeping your neck right in line with your spine so you don't want to drop your head all the way down too far or be picking it up. just right in line. Breathe into that belly. Imagine your breath traveling to wherever you're tight. Beautiful. And let's bring one leg in. And we're just going to come into another side bend here, starting like this with your palm up and your elbow relaxed right on to near your knee. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, deepen. Nice and gentle. Good. Keep that heart and chest open. Maybe you can gaze up underneath your left arm. My shoulder's active. Obviously, if that hurts you, keep your arm down if you're dealing with any kind of shoulder issue as well. Good, now I'm gonna square my shoulders right in front of my right knee. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale, bending here. And just 3 breaths. Beautiful, and then other side. So obviously on this side, I don't think that arm is gonna wanna come up today, sadly. But that's okay, I'm gonna inhale, lengthen. I'm still going to have my left toes pulled towards my face and my left elbow rests on top of my left knee, palm up. And I'm gonna keep my chest open and breathe. And then squaring my shoulders right in front of my left knee, lengthening, and then just bending at the waist. I'm gonna just reach this hand forward, get a nice side stretch down my right side. It's a tight area for me without raising my shoulder, so it does not hurt. Beautiful. Okay, and then both feet on the soles of the feet on the floor, hands behind us with your fingers pointed towards your feet, and just coming into reverse tabletop, trying to lift your hips as high as you can, getting a nice stretch down the biceps. That's really good. Good. Really pressing into those heels and finding your breath. Breathe into the belly, and chest, ribs, and belly tighten, and then slowly lower. And let's see, do you want to do anything else before we roll? Let's inhale, lengthen, pulling your toes towards you. If you have a strap, you can reach around. If you don't, that's okay. You can just reach for any part of your leg, really lengthen, and then exhale, just gently bend at the waist. Good, a little bit of a deeper hamstring stretch here. Trying not to round, and trying to imagine that breath traveling to those tighter areas. Good, don't force it. Good, come right up down onto our back. We're gonna move into figure 4. A little bit of a twist, and then take it to our lacrosse balls. Hopefully you have a lacrosse ball by now because they're so handy for a little deep tissue massage that you can do for yourself. So I'm going to cross my right ankle over my left knee, and just, it's always a good go-to one for me if you're a person with tight hamstrings or tight glutes. If it's difficult to get into this position, you could do it seated as well. So let's just show that in case this one feels better to you. Try that. You can also try it against the wall. So lots of different versions. I'll show that one also. Here's my wall. And I just have to get sideways so I can get my butt onto the wall and then roll over. And then sometimes you have to push away a little bit to create some space. And then cross your ankle over your knee, and then the wall works as a little assistance there. Is that a good view? There we go. And finding your breath. I like this today. I'm going to stay here on the wall. Good. Breathing into your belly, letting everything else just melt onto the floor. And then I'm going to switch. My butt's actually pretty far from the wall. Both soles of feet are on the wall. I'm going to cross my left ankle over my right knee. And I can gently, for me this feels good, to just have a little gentle press against my left knee. And breathe into your belly. Just 3 breaths, you can do it. Beautiful. Let's finish our supine stretches, which just means stretches while we're laying down on the floor, oops, with a little bit of a twist. You can choose your twist. So I always like to do a very safe little twist of just, let's just start with both of our feet to the floor, and we're gonna put our hands on our hips and move our hips like an inch to the right, and then drop both knees over to the left. So this is very gentle, not too deep. If you wanna go deeper, you can extend out the bottom leg, the leg that's not on top, and then shift your hips a little bit so you can get a deeper stretch. Again, your arm, right shoulder, right arm wants to extend to be in line with the right shoulder, but if that hurts, today that hurts me, so I'm gonna keep my shoulders more stabilized, immobile, my hand right on top of the shoulder, and still get a good twist from my spine, my digestive system, and my belly. So breathing into your belly for your twist. Exhale through your mouth. We hold lots of tension in our hips and our spine, so 2 more of those into the belly. Exhale through the mouth. Trying on that exhale to really let everything sink into your mat. 1 more. Notice you're a little more relaxed. Awesome. And let's slowly roll back to a neutral position. Hugging both knees in to your belly, rocking side to side. Good. And then taking both hands on your hips, moving those hips an inch or 2 over to the left. You can just drop both knees to the right or extend the right leg, and then the left leg will cross over your body. For you to adjust a little more, moving that hip over to the left a bit more. If you're able to extend the arm in line with the shoulder, great. If not, that's fine. You can keep your hand right on your shoulder and breathing into the belly. Exhaling through the mouth. Letting everything melt with every exhale even deeper. Awesome. Rolling back onto your back, holding both knees in, rocking side to side. Good. And finishing with half happy baby on each side. So we're going to let the left leg extend, take the right knee towards the floor. You use a strap here if it's helpful to you. If you're unsure of how to do that, let me just show you. Otherwise, you can take your hand to the outside of your calf, ankle, or the outside, like the pinky toe side of your foot, and pull that knee down towards the floor, letting the left hip rise. If that's hard to get into, you can use a strap at the base of your foot, and then use the muscles of your right arm to pull that knee towards the floor. Trying to let your shoulders relax. Breathe into your hips. Good. You can play around extending the leg a little if it feels good. Getting a little deeper hamstring stretch and creating a little playing around with the range of motion, feeling around where you're tight, breathing into it. Relax your face. Good. 3 to 5 breaths here, and then switching to half happy baby on the other side. Letting that right hip just rise up and relax. Breathing into the belly. Relaxing your shoulders and your face. Awesome. And now before we fully move into corpse pose and go through a short meditation, take this time to roll around wherever you're super duper tight. Usually for me, it's my hamstrings, so I like to roll on my glutes. I'm gonna spend a lot of time doing that tomorrow, and I'm really wanting to pay attention to the signs my body's giving me with this random shoulder injury. So I'm going to take it to the wall and massage all around the muscles of my shoulder, very gently controlling the pressure. So I did my trap muscles at the gym this morning. So now I'm gonna roll a little bit in between my scapula and my spine and see if I'm tight around there. Not too bad. Just spend a little time rolling up and down, always across the grain of muscles. If you know the way those muscles are. But there's really no wrong way to do this. I always say, no wrong way to mobilize. If you're feeling a little tight, just roll your ball in circles until you feel a little progress being made. Oh yeah, there's the tight little spot I found. right underneath my scapula. It's like your chicken wing muscle in your back at the top. So I'm gonna roll around, yep, and just gradually moving that ball up. It's kind of on its own, moving it up, rolling up, so I just replace it right back at the bottom. And roll around there, and breathe, and smile, and try not to hold tension as you roll. Okay, so I've noticed, yes, definitely my traps are tight, so I'm gonna roll kind of at the bottom of my neck. Yes, all those muscles are super, I feel like they're like, the tendons are really stretched tight. So my plan is to give my upper body a break for the next couple days, and then do a little shoulder prehab work where I take some very light weights or no weight at all and just work the muscles around my shoulder with high reps, little to no weight. I usually do that once or twice a week. Obviously, I think my body's just calling for rest, which I'm really bad at. This is why I do yoga. Okay, so I'm gonna roll now the front. I'm gonna try to roll right here because my pain is kind of right here. So again, really no wrong way to mobilize, just kind of trying to create a little bit of kind of just like giving sore areas of my body a little attention. Okay, and just letting you know, I hear you, I see that you're strained. I'm going to give you the attention or the rest that you need, and have faith that by doing that and resting and eating well and sleeping and maybe a little ice, and that with time I will feel better. Okay, so hopefully you've spent a couple minutes rolling whatever areas are super tight on you, giving those areas some attention. That's your body's red flag saying, hey, I'm hurting, pay attention to me, rest me, give me some recovery. And now we can toss our lacrosse balls to the side, and we're going to move through a very easy, short meditation. So finding a comfortable spot for you, sitting or laying down, maybe grab a blanket. We're going to close our eyes. I'm just going to guide you through a short little restorative practice here. So once you're comfortable, let your body melt into the floor, feeling every inch of your body supported by the floor underneath you. Feel your weight of your body just melting into the floor, keeping those eyes closed. We're going to find our breath again. Big deep breath, starting with the belly, expanding the ribs, then the chest, and holding that breath for a few seconds, and then exhaling through the mouth. Releasing all the tension. And 2 more times. Big deep breath. Exhale through the mouth. And 1 more time. Breath is like a wave filling up your body. Exhaling. Pull back. And now I would like for you to try to imagine yourself in your most safe, relaxing, peaceful place. So take a few moments to decide where you want that to be. Maybe a place from when you were a child, a place where you can remember being your happiest self, or a place that you love to travel to that signifies rest and relaxation, safety, and peace. And once you're there, imagine yourself feeling so relaxed and happy, without a care in the world, as you ask yourself a few questions. And the first one being, what excites you? Questions can sometimes be harder than they seem. So take a moment and try to come up with a few things, or even just one thing that makes you feel excited. Question number 2. What makes you happy? So you found a few things that bring you little joys you can turn to. Question number 3. What are you grateful for today? Question number 4. Who do you love? Imagine their faces in your mind. Who do you love? And final question. What is your intention for the rest of this day? Or the rest of this evening? Or if you're doing this in the evening, what is your intention for tomorrow? How would you like that day to go? I'll share with you mine. My intention is to stay grateful for all the little things that I have. My health, that I'm safe, I'm warm, healthy food, and clean water. Stay patient and be kind to myself and others. To find a little time to laugh. Those are my intentions for the rest of the day. Gazing at that third eye for a moment, clearing your mind, bring attention back to your breath. Take one big deep breath in. Together we're going to finish with an Om on the exhale. Om. Curling yourself into a little ball, rolling onto your side, gently pressing yourself up, bringing your hands to your heart in prayer, bowing into yourself. Namaste. Thanks for joining me today, Becky Little Yoga. Hope this was brought you some rest, some peace in your brain, a little attention to your body, and hope you have a great rest of your day. See you next time.